After watching the last episode, I actually took a nap for a few hours, longer than I intended. So it was almost like I had a night's sleep. And it's weird because like the last thing I thought about before as I was going to sleep was Luffy's sacrifice, like his perseverance, his indomitable human spirit that we saw on display. Right. First thing I thought about when I woke up this morning is several hours had passed. Right, like 3 or 4 hours was the same thing. It was almost like I don't know how this happens because when you have like an intervening time period, 3 or 4 hours, like there's a lot happening in your brain. It's processing what happened the previous day. Like I said, I almost had a full night's sleep. I only sleep about 5 hours a night, so if I get four, that's almost a full hour, full night. So your brain is like sorting through stuff. It's throwing away temporary memories it's not going to use. Like a year from now, I won't remember most of what I did yesterday because last night, during last night, quote unquote, my brain threw away those memories, threw them straight in the trash. They're going to get burned in the incinerator. So that's happening. So there's a lot going on here. Like, plus it's just like trying to keep my fat ass alive and, like your breathing and all these autonomic functions that are happening when we're asleep. So how is it possible to be having a thought when you go to sleep and then have the same thought when you wake up hours later? It's weird, right? Like, typically it doesn't happen. Sometimes when you're thinking about a problem last night, you'll go hours. Like you may be having lunch. Oh yeah, I was thinking about this last night. What am I going to do? Right? No, man, this was on my mind. That's how much of an impression this made. And I have a weird relationship with the kind of rah rah pain is just weakness leaving your body kind of crap, motivational crap, like all this self help motivational crap. I have a weird relationship with it because most of it's just exploitative, and I hate to keep using the word crap, but I'm trying to keep this a fairly clean channel. I'll say the S word every now and then, but I try to like preserve it for the right moments. But if we're talking about self help shit, I that should be one of the moments. I try to keep it like two an episode, right? It deserved that because that's what that is. But there's something there. There's something there in the whole you can persevere over pain because we see it happen all the time in life, right? Like there are people who can overcome pain. There are people who can persevere pain. I did it once in my life, and it's given me self esteem ever since it happened. And this is something that happened. I think I was like 14, 13. No, I think I was 12. I was 12, right? I wasn't really hurt except I pulled a tendon on the top of my foot. You don't really think about like what you have on top of the foot. Usually you talk about the Achilles tendon or maybe you twist an ankle, whatever that means. Really, when you twist an ankle, you're messing with one of the tendons, right? But imagine this is the foot, right? And then up here's the leg, right here, right on top of the foot. There was some kind. I did something, so it was swollen and it was extremely painful. And this had happened probably about 5 a.m. And he's telling me I better go to school, and they better not find out about this because then they were gonna the CPS or whatever we had back then was gonna come take us away from mom, and it had happened once before, right? Like so, some old stepfather had called in and said she was a bad mother, and we got taken away for a couple weeks, and then they found out she wasn't a bad mother, and we got it back, but it was just petty revenge. But he knew about that. He knew what happened, so he knew that was a weapon he could use against me. So I couldn't tell anybody what happened, or it was happening again, right? And we didn't have like a school bus because we only lived 8 blocks from the school. So if you live within 8 blocks of school, you were expected to walk. And I was 12, right? So you could just walk. But my foot was in a massive amount of pain. I've never had like a broken bone or anything. So it's some of the worst pain I've ever had in my life. It hurt just sitting there. It hurt. It was extremely painful to walk on it. But I had to walk to school because I was in my head, and he may have said this. I don't remember this part, but in my head, like if I didn't show up for school, they were going to find out why, and then we were going to get taken away from mom. The irony is, an adult with a functioning brain, unlike a 12-year-old, I realized going to school is the worst thing I could have done because they did find out, right? Like if I had been home, they would have just thought I was sick and wouldn't think anything of it. Back then, like I think now, like if you miss one day, they're all over it. Back then, you had to miss like 2 or 3 straight days for them to even talk to your parents, right? Nobody cared. There was no computers back then, right? So just wasn't an easy way to keep track of it all. they're like checking boxes by hand, and somebody has to actually look at the information and decide to take action. Right? It was a whole different world back then. There's no like automatic computer. Hey, the computer knows this. It sends a robot call, right, or an email. So that's what I should have done. I should have stayed home. But in my mind, I had to show up at school and be present and pretend I wasn't in pain, or we were getting busted. So it was 8 blocks walk. It probably took me an hour to walk 8 blocks. I was in excruciating pain. I was crying. I was clenching my teeth, and like I was holding on to everything I was walking past. There's like trees and little mailboxes, and every now and then somebody have a little dog fence or something. And it never crossed my mind to stop and go home or to just sit there, give up. I had to protect my mother. And this pain meant nothing. This body meant nothing. The pain meant nothing. I just had to persevere. I had to walk through the pain, get to the school, and everything would be okay, and I would have protected my mom. And it's one of the most amazing things I've ever done, because we're talking about the amount of pain, the age I was, because I've always been stubborn. My dad was super stubborn, but I'm even more stubborn than he is. Like, I'm one of the most stubborn people you will ever meet. It's my superpower. It's my only superpower. Like, I suck at life. I suck at business. I suck at romance. I suck at, like, not being fat. I suck at keeping hair. But one thing I know, I have stubbornness as a superpower. So if somebody's pushing me, if I just don't like how somebody's coming at me, or I don't like the way there's something about life I don't like, kiss my ass. I will never back down. That's just what I am, right? I'm just stubborn. It's what I am. So you don't decide what you're born with. I was born with stubbornness, and so that stubbornness came into play, right? And I'm sitting there walking, and it's just I cannot describe the amount of pain it was. It was just awful, absolutely horrible. I threw up a couple times. I never blacked out, but the world went hazy a couple times. I never actually passed out. Who knows what would happen if I had, right? Like, they'd probably end up in the hospital. But it was an incredible amount of pain, and I fought through it. It took a really long time to get to school. And then the worst part was once I got on school grounds and people could see me, I was about 10 minutes late. So that was a little bit better. But I felt like people could see me, so I had to pretend I wasn't in pain. So I was like, wipe my tears off. I had to internalize all the pain now. Like, before, I was gasping, I was crying out, and um, just visibly in pain and all this stuff and crying and stuff. And that couldn't happen when I was on school grounds. So once I was on school grounds, then I was like, I was internalizing everything. And I was pretending I could walk. I kept a hand on the wall, made it to the classroom. Fortunately, my seat was fairly close to the door, and people were still like scuffling around and stuff. And I think they were looking and trying to find a chapter or whatever. So I was able to get to the seat without anybody noticing. Made it through the first class. And then we had the second classes all across the school grounds, right? And I couldn't make it. Like, people noticed, like some of the adults noticed, and they asked me what happened. And so then I made up a lie on the spot about how I was walking to school, and some car got close or something, like, and I can't remember exactly what the story was. It was something about the car got close, and so I jumped out of the way and I twisted my ankle. And they said, okay, well, let me see your shoe and sock, right? And it was like swollen really bad. And they're like, well, this doesn't look like it just happened. I said, well, it happened right when I was trying to go to school a couple hours ago, and it's taking me this long to get to school because I didn't want to miss a day, right? So I had this like elaborate story, and I guess I was convincing. Nobody came from my parents or anything, And like, it's not like a black eye or like arm bruises. It's the top of your foot. How would you like injure the top of your foot from abuse at home? Like, nobody made the connection. Nobody's like, oh, that's clearly abuse. It looked like something you would do, like if you're just screwing around. You're a kid, you're screwing around, right? So nobody respected anything. So like, this whole thing them coming from my mom, like, was never on the table really. But then they, take me to school nurse, and then they, we don't even get into weeds beyond that. The point is that everything worked out. Like, it never landed back on my parents and stuff. Or parents, stepfather, and my mom, right? But that was something that carried me through. I had some really dark times in my teenage years. But I never had a problem with self-esteem or believing in myself. And because that was one of the things I latched onto. That I was able to persevere through that amount of pain. A pain I still remember, however long it's been, I still remember all that pain. It feels like it was yesterday. I probably don't remember like what I'm remembering is probably not even the amount that it actually was. But I never gave up. I never backed down. I fought through it and I persevered. And in my worst times, where I try to doubt myself or I'm feeling a little bit less stubborn or whatever, that's what I hold on to. It was a very empowering moment, right? And it showed me something. Like you hear about these cases where people are trapped on top of a mountain, they're trying to get back down, and or they're in a snowstorm or whatever, or they're in a desert, and they just do these incredible feats, or that one guy cut off his arm, what was it, 127 hours or something, and finally just cut off his hand. Like, how do you do that, and how do you make it back down and live? You hear these stories about these people. I think we all have the capacity of that within ourselves. We can all do it. And those things are just so inspiring because it shows the human capacity to persevere. Very uplifting. So that's probably why Luffy resonated with me so much these last couple episodes. Because here's the thing, he was doing it for somebody else. He didn't have to do that for himself. I didn't have to persevere that. I was doing it for my mother because I love my mother and I wanted to protect my mother. That's one reason I feel so good about it. Because I was doing it for somebody. I wasn't doing it for my selfish ass, right? I wasn't doing it to win a $20 bet. I was doing it for something greater than myself. Some of these other cases we're talking about, like they're doing it to live. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're doing it for somebody else, it just means even more, right? Like you're going through all this for somebody else. So I just really, it's one of my favorite things I've seen in entertainment in years, man. And they took their time. It's like 2 full episodes. Like I said, the sound design was great. The noises he was making, the fact that he was sliding down and had to go back up. My God, it's just really cool. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. So, I know this is really long, but I'm telling you, man, it's just, I cannot describe how much I love that. But hopefully I've communicated that a little bit. All right, we'll go ahead and get into this. Okay, you know where we are. You know where we're going. This is episode 84. 3, 2, 1. Look, a rabbit in a snowstorm. Wish I had thought that joke before when the rabbits were attacking him. That's right. Get her healed up. She's taking too many episodes off now. Oh, that's right. He got scared. I remember now. Why are you sweating? Animals don't sweat. I guess she's better. I like how the camera was moving. The camera to show that it was from his point of view where he's shaking or something. Just a nice directorial touch. Yeah, you're not completely ideal. Yeah. Damn, man. You said human like it's derogatory. Yeah. Dude, apparently he's never around any human beings. Wow, how did you tear up half the lab, man? That was a completely unforced error. Completely unnecessary. Put him in timeout. This is why you don't have animals as assistants. She stays drinking. I'm into it. Yeah, they're doing a lot with perspective. Who directed this? I bet it's somebody different than other people, right? They're doing different things with perspective in this episode. We see the finger pressed against her skin, but we don't see her skin, right? That stuff is cool. You're not young? Yeah. No, I did not say. Just go with it. Yeah, rough, man. They had a rough time. The hell? Oh. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We're getting the explanation finally. A tick. Damn, man. Right. Yeah, this is another great perspective. Yeah, that's a lot of itises. Right. Thank God that she's in good hands. Oh, really? So all this was for nothing. Great. Oh, okay. Well, then it wasn't for nothing. I take it back. I didn't have all the information. He saved her life, man. Yeah, man, no doubt. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she already knows the answer. Yeah, I suppose maybe you should have put a shirt on. Yeah, just a little bit. Damn, man. Her bedside manner leaves a lot to be desired. No. Yeah, you need a potion. Yeah, I don't really want to. That's right. Keep your ass in bed. Dude, sit your ass down. I like the way the bed's shaking. This ain't no game. You either die or you're cured. This is serious business, man. Tell you what, the direction in this episode is amazing. Like with the band was shaking because of her weight, man. I know it sounds like this is nothing I'm talking about, but like we haven't seen that kind of directing in previous episodes. Maybe this isn't the first time they directed the episode, but I'm saying whoever did this, they went off on this episode. It's really good. He is awesome, man. 5,000 meters. This is incredible, man. Well, yeah, he is an idiot for how he dressed. Hey, don't put your hooves on me. Yeah, this is all about triage, man. Just let me handle it, minion. Fix her. Look at you, man. Doctor. One of my favorite things, he just kept saying the word doctor. I guess that was how he motivated himself, right? Dude. Yeah, we get it. A hole. He's delusional, man. You don't even know what planet he's on. I get the picture. He is out, man. I guess he impressed this, whatever the hell this is. Keep thinking bear, but then they have the horns. So what is it? This is all about friendship, man. It's the power of friendship. You got any food? It's always his first question. In this case, he probably needs it, right? Yes. Yeah. Dude, you're too emotional. That's right. I'm cooking you. He said venison, so there must be some like antelope, elk, something like that, right? That's right. We're here to eat that ass, and the rest of you. I think you're a little bit too emotional to have a job like this, dude. Maybe you should just go back to the forest. Now he's tearing up some more of it. Oh, okay. They're actually attacking him. Okay. I thought he was just his paranoia. You're out of your mind. You gonna help your boy? Like, why is she just standing here watching? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guess I broke his delusion, right? Their victim is back there stumbling around terrified. You know he's sentient, right? You a-holes. You don't eat sentient beings. This stuff. Okay, he is a deer, I guess. Yes. This is just psychotic, man. I'm going to assume you two are not fully recovered, because otherwise you're a-holes. A reindeer, okay. So I guess it's like a Rudolph thing, right? Wait, he did speak. What do you mean reindeer don't speak? Oh, yeah, that's right. Become a were reindeer. That's right. Kick their asses. I'm sorry I had to come to this. Right. Human fruit. Gotcha. So is that what Oh Boy is? And when it turned into a bull? That's why he was a different size. So he's the same animal. I thought there were two different animals because they were two different sizes. Gotcha. Okay, that all makes sense. Because the clothing was the same, the hat was the same, but they were different sizes. So I was like, okay, well, they have two of them, right? No, it's just the one. You can big up or small down, right? I like it. It's a good thing he didn't eat like a rubber fruit as a reindeer. He just happened to eat the one that would turn him like, give him human abilities, right? I mean, we'll allow it, plot convenience, whatever, right? I don't think anybody's mad about it. I just, find it interesting. So is Dalton like? Is he a bull that ate some human fruit? I think so. That's my working theory. Then again, this reindeer doesn't turn into a human when he just has human intelligence. He can change size. That's right. You better bow. Damn right. Show that respect. I like the way he's bowing to everybody. It's hilarious. You just met him. He's a decent guy, but like they're pretty emotional about this. I mean, the townspeople we get, they've known him for years, right? Shit. I don't believe he's dead, but this ain't good. Yeah, no chance in hell. She's fine here. Shut the hell up. Yeah, she will kick your young ass. Yeah. You will show me respect. Stomped him out. Sometimes you got to educate. Yeah, she'll hit you again. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. She's very interesting, but I just don't see it. Yeah, who cares? You said old lady again. Are you effing serious? You literally see. Look at the camera angle again, right? Like the way it's shaking. I just love that so much. What's up, buddy? Really? Again? You still think he's meat? This has been explained to you, and you've just eaten. I guess how many times you gonna have to kick their asses before they step in line, man? My God, so much chaos. What is this, Scooby Doo? Yeah, they run through the different doors. You're a monster. Really? You're gonna cook a sentient reindeer? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, no shit. But y'all take that nonsense outside. And maybe close the door. It's freezing. Yeah, what's that about? That's kind of weird, right? That's right. Keep your ass in bed. Is there more than one, or does he just get around? I think he gets around. Okay, yeah, that's him. You just need to keep your ass in bed. Right. You're a good reindeer. Too bad our friends are monsters. Oh, so you're racist. Okay. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Just like everybody else on the show. Nobody can handle the damn emotions. To be fair, he's being traumatized by these monsters trying to eat him. That's the second time they brought it up. It's almost like it's going to be important somehow. This is interesting. That's right. Kick their asses. Come back here and catch this ass whipping. Wow, is she trying to murder them? Well, she did say, you heal or you die. That's it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Even the chicken's terrified. Why are you so intense? Look at his expression. It's hilarious. Hey, oh, he'll be the doctor. Okay, I get it. He's emotional. He's got character. Great character design. That's the kind of thing you want on your ship. He'll be the doctor. Okay, gotcha. Of course, he's gonna be racist against humans. That's not good. Yeah, that's the ticket. So we're gonna be stuck with you forever. They'll be trying to eat him all the time, right? That's not good. They want to eat you. They'll be stuck with him forever because she wants to get out of here 3 days early. Sounds like you got some kind of steam issues. I'm not seeing the blue nose, by the way. They keep mentioning that. I need a good shot of his face. Okay, I guess I kind of see it. Now I'm specifically looking for it. I'll get them. Yeah, what's up? That's mean. Make a move? Yeah, that's what they're doing. I would have never. Yeah, the scar of racism. I would have never believed that they would get a reindeer as a doctor. Like, I knew they were going to get a doctor. So we're doing a whole Rudolph thing here. They didn't even bother to file the serial numbers off. Yep. He doesn't belong to either world now. I should have seen this coming. The second we realized he had medical knowledge. Look at him. You made him cry. That's just mean. I bet that's what's happening with Dalton. Yeah. He's a monster. Oh. They're going to shoot him, man. That's not cool. Really? Damn, fine, I'll leave. Jerks. Yep, he just knew that humans are assholes. Yep. A-holes. You made him cry. I just realized the reason he was bigger when we saw him down in the village because he had to carry the equipment, right? I mean, I think a couple hundred episodes that'll heal that scar. He'll have real friends for the first time. Is that why they're doing this whole thing with the snow? And she don't care? Yeah. Were you born in a barn? Really? Look, obey them. Yeah. That's right. He's about to go off. That's right. Hawk out on him. Maybe because you're trying to eat him? Just say it. What, man? Oh, really? Snowbirds, huh? Uh, I suppose. Man, it's freezing inside, though. Here's what they're not talking about, though. For that to have happened, that means the door was left open long enough for somebody to build a nest and lay the eggs. Yeah, maybe we should try to eat a sentient being. A-holes. Really? So, okay, that's your first conclusion, huh? Yeah, maybe you stop trying to eat him. Just saying. Of course, you just brought up his childhood trauma, but the door hadn't been open for days for that to have happened, for them to build the nest. So that was a problem. If you left the door closed the way it's supposed to be, you wouldn't be in this situation. Now we're on the same page. You know, once they found out I was a hag, I was like, okay, well, that's not going to be the doctor. It never occurred to me that, this is just a great way to backdoor a doctor onto the ship, right? First, you establish that they need one all the time because they're in a dangerous place. Then you bait and switch us. Most people probably think it's going to be the hag. Then you close it out by like finally revealing, it wasn't until she asked him that it even crossed my mind that they would use him. But of course they will. You're going to have a reindeer who can talk and wear his clothes be a doctor before they would have like Doctor House. Who are some famous doctors? I don't know. None are coming to mind right now. But you know what I mean? Like Bones. I guess the doctor from Voyager. Like I'm not coming up with any good options, but you know what I mean. Like they would rather this author would rather have this kind of a doctor than almost anything else because that's how he does. Man. That's what he do. Won't be the last animal to join this team. We've already got a duck, an overdressed duck, but he's growing on me. And plus, just the fact that he can't control his emotions and gets angry, that more conflict. We got to have more conflict, man. Pretty soon, we're going to need a bigger ship.